Alright guys, welcome back to Persona 5. Last time we met in Persona 5, we met Yusuke Kitagawa and we did a couple confidants, I believe, but this time around though we are actually going into the palace for a little bit and just gonna do some palace work. Now the thing about this part in particular, this will be this is fine in the rest. Um, I'm not sure if it's out of sync. I mean, I tried my best to get it back into sync, and if it is, I apologize. But for some reason, when I imported it into Premiere, the audio for this part in particular just got way out of sync, and I don't. It was pretty noticeable. Usually, it's like a split second out of sync, but actually, no, it's never out of sync. Actually, so I don't know what happened. I tried re-importing and all that kind of stuff. Nothing worked. So, I just decided to resync the video myself. Not sure if it worked out well. I mean, we'll find out soon enough when it actually is uploaded. But let's not talk about that. So, now that we're in a new palace, we get new enemies. And with new enemies comes new personas. So this time around, I believe a lot of the shadows are weak to ice. I think that's usually the case, honestly, is enemies are weaker to tend to be more weak to the element that you are just learning about. Oh, nice one, Joker. To the element that you are receiving in this palace, and we are going to be getting a party member that is aligned with ice. But I might be wrong on this. I don't really remember this part because I know later palaces kind of forget about this rule. Because I know Kamoshida's palace was all about having. Well, then again, we learned we had 3 different elements pop. All the elements technically popped up since we had every party member added for the first time. So actually, at the time of this recording, I actually finished up recording every part for the Let's Play, meaning that officially every single hour of this game has been finished. I have managed to... I mean, obviously the commentary is not recorded just yet. I mean, because I am actually doing it as the weeks go. So, we're still working on that. But, parts are uploaded. I mean, parts are finished. Had all of them all of them are across 3 different hard drives. The file sizes are huge. Because they're pretty big. They're pretty long parts. Luckily for me, it ends on an even part. Like it ends on a Friday rather than ending on some random day. I managed to figure something out with that. Now, actually, for this section of the palace, we will not actually be getting that far. We're actually getting to a certain security system, and then the game will tell us, hey, you can't do this yet, go back. And we'll be forced to go back to at least, and then we'll be forced to go back to the real world and trigger the security system via the real... we'll explain, it'll be explained when it gets explained. She missed too. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering what costumes I am wearing, I'm in the Persona 2 costumes. Nice skull. I'm in the Persona 2 costumes, which plays the battle theme and victory theme for both of those for that game. I'm not sure if it does Eternal Punishment and Innocent Sin, or if it's just Eternal Punishment or Innocent Sin. I'm gonna have to say it's just Eternal Punishment for some reason. Oh, right, I do have that ability now. Okay, I pushed it. So now that I unlocked the Sun Confidant, Joker can now use his when he's in a holdup, you can now ask for more money than they give you, or they can just give you a bunch of money at once by saying when you say "show me the money." But I think that's a later ability actually. But since I have that ability, I can now ask for more money when a shadow gives me more, and keep saying you can do better than that. That ability is a godsend for your first few palaces, because I'm gonna say this now. Once you meet the fortune teller, she will literally give you. She'll show you an ability that gives you a bunch of money for doing an all-out attack. Meaning that holdups will basically be pointless unless you want new personas. And also, Hifumi will give you an ability, or is it Hifumi? She'll give you an ability where you get more money when you successfully ambush an enemy, but also finish the battle in one turn. So theoretically, you could get everyone into a holdup, and then if it's in one turn, you get both money for the all-out attack and the fact that you did it only in one turn. I'm not sure if that stacks actually. I don't really notice. I just see the number. I just see the number and a giant bonus, but I'm pretty sure it does stack, because that would kind of be weird to not stack. But, what could you do? What part are we at? What section are we at? Oh, are we already near the end of the part or something? Oh, nice job, me. Yeah, Madarame has little laser gates spread out through the palace, and you have to look for a hole in the gate to, what do you call it, get past them. But it's really just a context-sensitive thing. You just gotta press the X button, or hold the X button when you're running at it, and Joker will automatically do it. Now, the first half of Madarame's palace just kind of holds mazes, I guess you could say. They're really just small areas you can... They're just all areas where you just have to find a way to get to the exit by navigating through all the walls. Also, I don't know what triggers them to get angry for you could do better than that. I feel like it's just luck. Because I have seen people do it up to like 6 times for that. I feel like it's like the sum of the amount of yen they can give you at a given battle. But I could be completely wrong on that. I'm not really one of those kind of people who look in depth in terms of programming and stuff like that, especially when it comes to figuring out how the money and stuff works for this game. Like, I'm not going to spend hours testing a theory. Oh yeah, now we're also some enemies have the ability to put up a wall against their weakness against other enemies' weaknesses like that, meaning that, you know, what was their weakness is no longer their weakness. It's now just something else. Luckily there's luckily I think in the case of that, I think they do give certain enemies multiple weaknesses to compensate, but in some cases they don't because later on they're not going to do that. But you know, for this section of the game, they're going to do that because it's what it's the second palace technically. I mean, unless you want to count mementos as a palace, I mean, yeah, I would count mementos as a palace, considering it is the palace of the public.
Show me your true form. Just stay there.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens. They just straight up get up and run away after giving you money, meaning even if it's a small amount. So it's completely RNG based, I'm assuming, in terms of when it pops up in the first place. I don't know why I did that first. I don't know why I did that, but okay.
Show me your true form.
Oh, and also the join my cause basically instantly gets you the persona. It also you also can talk to personas that are a higher level than you now. I can actually talk to personas that are a higher level than me and actually obtain them.
Okay.
But unfortunately, most times when I'm in a hold up now, I've already either fused that persona or I've already obtained it in a different playthrough. Because remember, this is like a New Game Plus playthrough. I'm pretty sure this is my, what, third New Game Plus playthrough? So, yeah, keep that in mind when you play New Game Plus.
I have something.
So actually, I want to mention now that, remember how I was following a pretty strict schedule at the beginning of the game? I would say towards the end, like towards the midpoint of the game, you'll start to slowly see that schedule kind of drops off. Where certain things that I was doing at certain times just kind of start to fall off. And like, I know by the end of the game, I will say this now, I do get all the confidants by the end of the game. I will spoil that. Or, you know what I mean. I also get a couple trophies that I really didn't have to do, but I did anyway. I also did something that you can guess what I did towards the end of the game that is an achievement for summoning a certain persona. And I will show off, and I do show off the Caroline and Justine boss fight, but I actually don't win it because I just don't see the point in beating them. I don't even bother. But I will explain what they are about when we get to that point, because it's not until way later. Because I will say, Mementos is... we do not go to Mementos often in this playthrough. I would say we go to Mementos, not counting the final time, a grand total of 4 times. No, actually 3. Not counting the first and final time, I would say 3, I think. I would have to look at the schedule again, because I think it's at least 3. Yeah, it's 3, because counting the first time, because not counting the first time, which was a couple parts ago, and then not counting the and not counting the final boss of Memento, of the final time we go to Mementos, because that's the final dungeon of the game for is the depths of Mementos. Because spoiling that now, we do actually have to go to the depths of Mementos. So basically, I go 3 times for requests, and I do get all the requests done. Okay. Oh yeah. Let me talk about this section real quick. So basically, what we're doing right now is we're actually trying to. Morgana got tempted by treasure again, and we have to save all of our teammates because they got stuck within that laser gate. And yeah, if you walk into it, the security level rises. So basically, what you have to do is you have to basically follow the path and get all your teammates out at once. So first you first start off by getting Panther back, and then you get Skull and then Morgana. But actually, this is a glorified tutorial for what we're going to learn about called treasure demons, where treasure demons are essentially very resistant enemies, but they are really valuable. They give you a lot of money upon defeat, and they give you a little experience. But you know, they're also really good for fusing because they have really awesome skills to inherit. So it is heavily recommended that maybe you try to go after a few treasure demons. They're really random in terms of appearance, but I got a lot more than I expected to get in this playthrough. What am I doing? The computer? There you go. I got a lot more than I was expecting to get in this playthrough, but a lot of them are really hard to defeat because they either don't have they have resistances to everything, so you have to just pray for a physical critical hit. Or because here's the thing, they don't do anything in battle, but after a while they will run away, causing you to not win. Like essentially, it's a victory, but you don't get any of the rewards for it, because that's what happens when you win a battle and when the enemy escapes a battle, or you run away from the battle. If the enemy escapes the battle, they alert. Well, okay, here's the thing. Escaping a battle and the enemy escaping the battle, if it's not a treasure demon, if either of those happen, the security level rises, causing you, and you have to get it back down.
Wait! This enemy's weak to psychokinesis.
Yeah, but see, like, if I had a psi and nuclear move, I would have been able to. And yeah, they have a resistance to everything. And unfortunately, I don't have a psi or nuclear move yet, because
Using it.
I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I guess it was worth a shot. You can't put them to sleep past me. I guess you could try with Lucky Punch.
You're mine.
Nope. And he's gone. Yeah, so unfortunately, he got away, and I didn't get any of the rewards for it, so boo-hoo, but I kind of really didn't need it. Huh. Oh yeah, and treasure demons cannot be used in battle, so don't even try it. Well, it won't even let you try it. It'll just So be aware of that. If you do equip them as if you do let them into your persona stock, you're wasting a persona slot. So keep that in mind when you're playing through the game, because you get the idea. Oh, I'm trying to ambush him, but he won't come over this direction. You know what though? When I played through this, when I first played through this palace, I kind of expected more. Why did I use that? Why didn't I just use gun? Oh, I'm gonna try to save ammo for some reason, even though like this isn't gonna be the last time we come to this palace. Um, what was I saying?
Let's pull back for now.
I kind of do wish they used more art puzzles than they did. I mean, it's not a. That's actually kind of a thing I wish all the palaces did. Actually, unfortunately, the palaces aren't really good about keeping up with their aesthetic in terms of puzzles. I mean, it does better than most other games would do this, but like, I just feel like maybe there could have been a better, especially towards the first half of the palace. Like this, for example, would have been a pretty cool thing, where you have to determine where you can stand and where you cannot stand. But they didn't really capitalize on that. Like they could have used illusions a really cool way, but you know they just didn't.
I'll just add this.
Okay, I guess this is the end of the part because I'm saving. Yep, that is the end of the part. So see you guys next time for Persona 5, and take care.